Adventure vans have very distinct styling, right? They usually have a bumper, some kind of aftermarket lights. They've got some cool logos and graphics. Maybe they're lifted, bigger tires, blah, blah, blah. And one of the key things in my mind is a roof rack that looks super duper cool for the build. And today, boys and girls, we are back once again at Main Line Overland to do just that on this van. So this is where the van currently sits. We've got the CA tuned front bumper with the winch installed. We've got the tint on the windows. And of course, the Strands lighting division lights all over the front end. The thing that ties everything together is this roof rack from a company called Tanak. It's sort of a semi-custom. You have a bunch of options, and they will make it to the spec that you want. It's really, really well built as well. Jumping right in, it's kind of a team effort to get the front portion of the roof rack ready for install. They're walking it across to get it to go on the forklift so they can lift it up on top of the van. Now, Tanak did a semi-custom thing, but you can see all that sort of bracing in there. That's standard issue. We'll talk about the custom features a little bit later, but first things first, we got to get the front portion ready to go on the van. Now, the reason it's in two pieces is because the van is so long and the rack would be so long, it would be impossible to ship. So to make it a little bit more manageable to ship, they broke it down into two pieces. I honestly don't hate it. One of the challenges of a van build is making sure that everything fits together. And as you can see, the guys are trying to make sure that there's ample space off the actual body of the van, off the forehead of the van, and we got to make sure that that antenna clears and has space to work. And of course, what's next after the front? The rear half of the roof rack. You can see the bracing in there and the decking. Like, this thing is built rock solid. I'm a big dude, and to have a rack that can hold me is important. And as you can see here, we've got a larger cutout. This is to accommodate the Nomatic rooftop AC. Here we go, lifting it up. And I'll tell you what, I am really pleased with the way Tanak treated me. They asked me what kind of lights I wanted, where I wanted the lights, what kind of awning I was going to run, what kind of AC, what kind of roof fan, where are they going to go, all these sorts of things. And with a lot of other companies, you're just kind of stuck with what they offer, and that's not what I wanted for this van build. If we're going to do it right, let's do it all the way, right? And now that we've got the whole rack up there, we can start to see how it's going to look and start to quote-unquote admire our work. You can see the two holes for the fans, and you can kind of see how this is going to fit on the front end, where it's going to lay on the van, and it's already looking freaking excellent. And this is the rooftop AC from a company called Nomatic Cooling. This is their X3 model. It is the most efficient, the most compact, and the most aerodynamic that I'm aware of on the market. It drops right into the roof, and honestly, it's going to be a fantastic addition to this build. And there's the last time the roof won't have giant holes in it. And after removing the lights on the ceiling and doing a little bit of prep work, Pat is ready to get started putting holes in the roof. Obviously, it's time for prep, and then the gasket that is for the rooftop AC to sit on so that it has a nice seal into the van. You can kind of see the layout. Pat is now putting on some sealant to make sure that this is absolutely watertight and nothing gets inside the van. You're trying to create specific environments, and sealing it up is how you do that. Just like that, the Nomatic X3 is on the roof, and it is very low profile. Really impressed with how low that sits compared to the rest of the rack. Yeah, I figured you do final adjustments when you're done. Oh yeah. Oh, now look what you did. With the AC now installed on the roof, we are going to move on to the vent fan in the front. However, first, we're going to take a look at this semi-custom option that Tanak offers. This is a deck that bolts to the outer portions of the roof rack and goes over the rooftop AC, giving you back some of the real estate that you lost by installing that. So it's a vented thing, so air can get right through for your AC, which is wonderful. That means it'll operate correctly. However, you also will retain some of your roof. Using another template, Pat is once again cutting a hole in the roof. Got a little pilot hole, and then we are making room for the Max Air Deluxe roof vent fan. And as with every install they do, Main Line Overland takes time to make sure that there's no rust, no nonsense, properly treat the edges. And here you'll see some sealant tape being applied to the sort of rooftop side bracket for the fan. We have to attach it with screws, so Pat is drilling some pilot holes and then using these wood furring strips for added structure. We're drilling down in and firmly attaching this sort of bracket for the fan to attach to on the roof. And again, to create proper environments, we need to seal this up. We do not want any water, debris, anything getting inside the van through this and later causing problems. So he'll seal the edge, and then he'll even go ahead and seal the tops of the screws to prevent water getting in. After that's done, it's time to drop the actual fan itself onto the bracket and secure it down. And to button this one up, we're putting down the protective deck over the Max Air fan. And I gotta be honest, guys, I really love that these are removable, so everything's serviceable and protected. What an enormous amount of stuff to get installed on this van. It is starting to come together in ways that I just didn't anticipate. I knew it would look cool, but I didn't think it would look just as good as it does. Now, we did run into some issues with the bracket for the ladder, but we're going to talk about that in the next episode. And I'll tell you what, guys, I just want to say a big thank you to Main Line Overland. Of course, they've been incredible with this. We got to shout out Nomatic Cooling for that AC. Man, I am really excited to get that wired up and show you guys just how it works. And then, of course, Tanak for this incredible roof rack and ladder system. Boys and girls, stay with me. Next time is going to be cool. We'll pick it up and we're going to show you the rest of it. We're going to install lights. We've got so much going on. We'll see you next time. Thanks as always for watching.